My best friend stood up in front of everyone at my graduation dinner and said, "Let's be honest, Maya only got through college because I carried her." The entire room laughed. My family, my classmates, even my professors smiled. I sat there, frozen, humiliated, while she soaked in the attention. Then the principal walked to the microphone. "Actually," he said, his voice cutting through the laughter, "there's something all of you need to know." And what he revealed destroyed her in front of everyone. My name is Maya Torres, and I'm 22 years old. I just graduated from Duke University with a degree in biomedical engineering. It took me 4 years of sleepless nights, brutal exams, and constant self-doubt. But I did it. Or at least, I thought I did. My best friend, or the person I thought was my best friend, is named Claire Donovan. We met during freshman orientation. She was confident, outgoing, effortlessly charming. I was quiet, anxious, and still trying to figure out who I was. Claire took me under her wing. She invited me to parties, introduced me to people, made me feel like I belonged. For the first time in my life, I had a best friend who made me feel seen. We became inseparable. We studied together, lived in the same dorm, spent every weekend together. When things got hard, Claire was there. When I doubted myself, she encouraged me. Or so I thought. Looking back now, I see the signs. The subtle digs. The backhanded compliments. The way she'd correct me in front of people, then laugh it off as a joke. The way she always had to be the center of attention. But I ignored it. Because she was my best friend. And I didn't want to lose her. Senior year was the hardest. I was working on my capstone project, a research study on biocompatible materials for medical implants. It was intense. I spent months in the lab, running tests, analyzing data, writing reports. Claire was working on her own project in communications. Hers seemed easier, less technical. But she always acted like she was under the same pressure I was. "I'm so stressed," she'd say, even though I'd see her scrolling through Instagram while I was pulling all-nighters in the lab. Still, I didn't say anything. I didn't want to seem resentful. As graduation approached, our families decided to throw a joint dinner to celebrate. It was Claire's idea. She said it would be fun to combine our celebrations since we'd been through everything together. I agreed. I thought it was sweet. The dinner was held at an upscale restaurant near campus. About 50 people showed up, our families, close friends, a few professors, and even the principal of our college, Dr. Raymond Hale. He'd been supportive of both of us throughout our time at Duke. The room was decorated with balloons, banners, and photos of Claire and me from the past 4 years. Everyone was laughing, taking pictures, toasting to our success. I should have felt happy, but something felt off. Claire kept making little comments throughout the night. "Maya's so lucky she had me to help her through," she said to one of our professors. "I don't think she would have survived without me." She said it with a smile, like it was a joke. But it stung. Later, during dinner, she stood up to give a speech. Everyone quieted down, turning their attention to her. "I just want to say how grateful I am for everyone here," Claire began, her voice warm and confident. "These past 4 years have been incredible. And I'm so glad I got to share them with my best friend, Maya." She gestured toward me, and everyone smiled. "But let's be honest," she continued, laughing lightly. "Maya only got through college because I carried her." The room erupted in laughter. My stomach dropped. She kept going. "I mean, how many times did I help you study for exams, Maya? How many times did I explain things to you when you didn't understand?" More laughter. I felt my face burning. My hands were shaking under the table. "I'm just kidding," Claire said, waving her hand. "But seriously, Maya, you know I love you. I'm so proud of us." She raised her glass. Everyone else did too. "To us," she said. "To us," they echoed. I lifted my glass, forcing a smile, but inside, I was crumbling. She'd just humiliated me in front of everyone I cared about. And they thought it was funny. Claire sat down, beaming, soaking in the applause. I wanted to leave. I wanted to scream. But I couldn't move. Then Dr. Hale, the principal, stood up. Claire, that was a lovely speech, he said. But if I may, I'd like to add something. Claire smiled at him, clearly expecting more praise. Dr. Hale walked to the front of the room, holding a folder. His expression was serious. There's something I think everyone here should know, he said. Especially about Maya's academic achievements. I looked up confused. Claire's smile faltered slightly. Dr. Hale opened the folder. Maya Torres graduated summa cum laude. She had a 4.0 GPA. She published 2 research papers during her undergraduate career. And her capstone project has been selected for presentation at a National Biomedical Engineering Conference. The room went silent. Dr. Hale continued. In my 30 years as an educator, I have rarely seen a student as dedicated, intelligent, and hardworking as Maya. She didn't just get through college. She excelled. I felt tears prickling my eyes. I didn't know he was going to say any of this. Dr. Hale turned to Claire. And Claire, while your accomplishments are commendable, I feel it's important to clarify something. Maya didn't need to be carried. In fact, the academic records show that Maya tutored you in 3 separate courses. Claire's face went white. She helped you pass calculus, organic chemistry, and statistics, Dr. Hale said calmly. Without her, you wouldn't have graduated. The silence in the room was deafening. I stared at Claire. She was frozen, her mouth slightly open, her face pale. Dr. Hale closed the folder. I just wanted to make sure the truth was clear. Congratulations to both of you. But let's give credit where credit is due. He sat down. No one spoke. No one moved. Then my mom stood up, her eyes filled with tears, and started clapping. My dad joined her. Then my brother. Then one by one, the entire room erupted in applause. For me. I sat there, stunned, as everyone clapped and cheered. People came over to hug me, to congratulate me, to tell me how proud they were. And Claire? She sat in her chair, staring at the table, her hands clenched in her lap. After a few minutes, she stood up abruptly. I need some air, she muttered, and walked out of the room. No one stopped her. I wanted to feel vindicated. I wanted to feel relieved. But all I felt was sad, because I'd just lost my best friend. After the dinner, I went home and cried. Not because I was upset about what Dr. Hale said, but because I realized how blind I'd been. Claire had been using me for years. And I'd let her. The next day, I got a text from her. We need to talk. I didn't respond. She called. I didn't answer. Then she showed up at my apartment. I opened the door, and she was standing there, her eyes red, her face tight with anger. How could you do that to me? She said. I stared at her. How could I do what? Embarrass me like that. In front of everyone. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Claire, I didn't say anything. Dr. Hale did. You must have told him something. You must have made me look bad. I didn't, I said, my voice shaking. He just told the truth. The truth? She laughed bitterly. The truth is that I was your only friend. I was the one who helped you survive college. And this is how you repay me. You didn't help me survive, I said quietly. I helped you. Her face twisted. Are you serious right now? Yes, I said, my voice getting stronger. I tutored you in 3 classes, Claire. I wrote half of your final papers. I stayed up until 3 in the morning helping you study while I was drowning in my own work. Because that's what friends do. No, I said. That's what you made me think friends do. But real friends don't humiliate each other in front of everyone they love. She stared at me, her jaw clenched. I'm done, Claire, I said. I'm done pretending you were ever really my friend. She didn't say anything. She just turned and walked away. I closed the door and leaned against it, my heart pounding. It was over. Years of friendship, gone in a single moment. But I didn't regret it. Over the next few days, I started hearing things. Things I wished I'd known sooner. One of our mutual friends, Jessica, reached out to me. Maya, I need to tell you something, she said. I should have said this a long time ago, but I didn't want to cause drama. What is it? I asked. Clara's been talking about you behind your back for years. She's told people that you're clingy, that you copy her, that you wouldn't have any friends without her. My stomach turned. What? I'm sorry, Jessica said. I thought you knew. I thought you didn't care. But after what happened at the dinner, I realized you had no idea. I felt sick. There's more, Jessica said hesitantly. Last semester, Claire told Professor Davis that you cheated on your midterm. She said you copied her answers. My blood ran cold. What? Professor Davis didn't believe her. He said your work was clearly original. But Claire tried. She actually tried to get you accused of cheating. I couldn't breathe. Why are you telling me this now? I asked. Because you deserve to know, Jessica said. And because I'm done protecting her. After we hung up, I sat in silence, processing everything. Claire hadn't just been a bad friend. She'd actively tried to sabotage me. And I'd been too blind to see it. I pulled out my laptop and started going through old messages, old emails, old memories. And the more I looked, the more I saw the pattern. Every time something good happened to me, Claire found a way to diminish it. Every time I succeeded, she made it about herself. A week after the dinner, I got an email from Dr. Hale. Maya, I wanted to follow up with you. After the dinner, I did some digging into academic records, and I found something concerning. Can we meet? I agreed to meet him the next day in his office. When I arrived, he was sitting behind his desk, a serious expression on his face. Maya, I need to show you something, he said, pulling up a file on his computer. This is a record of all academic integrity reports filed during your time here. He turned the screen toward me. There were 3 reports, all filed by Claire Donovan, all accusing me of cheating. My hands started shaking. She filed these. I whispered. Dr. Hale nodded. The first one was in sophomore year. She claimed you plagiarized a paper. We investigated. It was completely false. I never knew about this. We don't inform students of baseless accusations unless they escalate. The second report was in junior year. She said you cheated on a lab report. Again, false. And the third. Last semester. She claimed you stole her research data for your capstone project. I felt like I was going to be sick. Why didn't you tell me? I asked. Because none of them were credible, Dr. Hale said. But after the dinner, I started wondering why she'd filed so many false reports. So I looked deeper. He pulled up another document. This is Claire's academic record. She was on academic probation twice. She failed 2 courses and had to retake them. And according to her professors, the only reason she passed the second time was because someone was helping her. Me, I said quietly. Dr. Hale nodded. You. I think Claire has been projecting, Dr. Hale said. She knew she was struggling. She knew you were excelling. And instead of dealing with her own insecurities, she tried to tear you down. I sat there stunned. What do I do? I asked. That's up to you, Dr. Hale said. But if you want, I can formally document this pattern of behavior. It might be useful if she tries anything else. I nodded. Do it. Dr. Hale sent me copies of everything, the false reports, the academic records, the emails Claire had sent to professors trying to discredit me. I saved them all. Because I had a feeling this wasn't over. 2 weeks later, Claire posted on social media. It was a long, emotional post about how she'd been betrayed by someone she trusted. She didn't name me, but it was obvious who she was talking about. I spent 4 years helping someone succeed, only to be humiliated in public, she wrote. I gave everything to this friendship, and this is how I'm repaid. I hope she's happy. The post got hundreds of likes and comments. People who didn't know the full story were supporting her, telling her how strong she was, how she deserved better. I felt my anger rising. But instead of responding emotionally, I did something else. I created a post of my own. I didn't name Claire either, but I laid out the facts. I talked about the false accusations, the sabotage, the years of manipulation disguised as friendship. And I attached screenshots. Screenshots of the academic integrity reports she'd filed against me. Screenshots of emails where she'd tried to turn professors against me. Screenshots of messages where she'd badmouthed me to mutual friends. I didn't add any emotional commentary. I just let the evidence speak for itself. I hit post and waited. Within an hour, the post had gone viral. People were sharing it, commenting, tagging Claire, demanding answers. Her original post was flooded with new comments, people calling her out, asking why she'd lied, telling her she was manipulative and toxic. She deleted her post. Then she deleted her entire account. But the damage was done. Our mutual friends started reaching out to me, apologizing for not seeing it sooner. Professors who'd worked with both of us sent me messages of support. Even people I didn't know personally reached out, saying they'd experienced similar friendships and that my story helped them realize they weren't alone. Claire tried to contact me once more. She sent me an email. Maya, I'm sorry. I was jealous. I was insecure. I know I hurt you and I know I can't take it back. But please, can we talk? I read it. Then I deleted it. Because some apologies come too late. It's been 6 months since graduation. 6 months since that dinner. 6 months since I learned the truth about the person I thought was my best friend. I moved to Boston for a research position at a biotech company. I'm working on the same project I started in college, and it's everything I hoped it would be. Claire stayed in North Carolina. I don't know what she's doing now, and I don't care. I've made new friends, real friends. People who celebrate my success instead of resenting it. People who lift me up instead of tearing me down. And I've learned something important. Not everyone who's in your life is meant to stay there. Some people are only there to teach you a lesson. A few months ago, I got an invitation in the mail. It was from the National Biomedical Engineering Conference. They wanted me to present my research. I stood on that stage in front of hundreds of professionals, presenting the work I'd poured my heart into. The work Claire once tried to claim I stole from her. And when I finished, the room erupted in applause. Afterward, a woman approached me. She introduced herself as Dr. Linda Chen, a leading researcher in biocompatible materials. That was brilliant, she said. Have you thought about graduate school? I have, I said. But I wasn't sure I was ready. She handed me her card. When you are, call me. I'd love to have you in my lab. I stared at the card, barely able to believe it. This was everything I'd worked for. Everything Claire had tried to take from me. But I'd survived. I'd persevered. And I'd won. Not because I destroyed her, but because I refused to let her destroy me. A few weeks ago, I ran into someone from college. She told me Claire had tried to apply for jobs in biotech, but kept getting rejected. Apparently, word got around about what she did, the girl said. No one wants to hire someone with a reputation for sabotage. I didn't feel happy about that. I didn't feel vindicated. I just felt free. Because Claire's actions had consequences. Not because I sought revenge, but because the truth came out. And that's all I ever wanted. The other day, my mom called me. I'm so proud of you, Maya, she said. Not just for your accomplishments, but for how you handled everything with Claire. You stood up for yourself. That takes courage. Thanks, Mom, I said. I just wish I'd done it sooner. You did it when you were ready, she said. And that's what matters. She was right. For years, I'd been too afraid to confront Claire. Too afraid to lose her friendship. Too afraid to stand up for myself. But when Dr. Hale revealed the truth at that dinner, something inside me shifted. I realized I didn't need Claire's approval. I didn't need her validation. I didn't need her friendship. I just needed to believe in myself. And now I do. If you're reading this and you've ever had a friend like Claire, someone who makes you feel small, who takes credit for your work, who tears you down while pretending to build you up, know this. You deserve better. You deserve friends who celebrate you, who support you, who genuinely want to see you succeed. And if someone in your life is holding you back, it's okay to let them go. It's not selfish. It's not cruel. It's self-preservation. Because the people who truly love you will never make you feel like you need to shrink yourself to make them feel bigger. I spent 4 years trying to be Claire's friend, trying to earn her approval, trying to prove I was worthy of her attention. But the truth is, I was always worthy. I just couldn't see it. Now I do. And I'm never looking back. If this story resonated with you, drop a comment below. Share your own experiences. Let's support each other. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories about standing up, speaking out, and taking back your power. Thanks for listening.